Harold and Wendy rushed out of their respective rooms, and when they saw their parents were fighting again, they hurried forward. Harold couldn't help saying, "Dad, what's the matter with you? Haven't you separated from Mother? Why are you fighting again?" "Yes, Dad." Wendy also said hurriedly. "Mr. Wu specifically explained that the two of you must not fight each other. What if he blames it?" Noah slammed Horia's face with a fist, and said angrily, "I'm going to Grandma of Wu. Even if he's the king of heaven today, he can't stop me from beating her." As he said, he scolded angrily, "You stinky shameless bitch. You infected me with a disease, and you deliberately made seafood for me. What do you mean? You want to kill me? You give it to me. With so many green hat things, I haven't even calculated it yet, so you dare to slap me again." When Horia heard this, she was immediately stunned. She cried and said, "My husband, I really don't know, you are sick. If I know, if you kill me, I can't make seafood for you." While pumping her, Noah cursed with gritted teeth, "You still pretend to me that you don't get sick yourself, don't you know it yourself?" Horia cried, "I did get sick, but I didn't expect to be able to infect you. After all, we have only been there once since I came back. Since then, every time you tried to have sex with me, did I not refuse you every time? I lied to you, insisted on doing things with me. I also found all kinds of excuses to refuse. Why? Isn't it just because I'm afraid of infecting you?" Noah slapped again and yelled, "UFC King infected me, don't you know?" Harold and Wendy were about to collapse almost embarrassingly. Listening to this, Mother has infected Father with a venereal disease. Where did this venereal disease come from? Of course they both knew it well. STDs must come from the same source as the child in the mother's stomach. Harold, a shameless person, felt hot on his face at this time. What the hell do you think this is? Wendy was also extremely helpless. At this time she didn't know if it was time for them to fight. It's really a human tragedy. Noah grabbed Horia by the head and beat her for more than 10 minutes, until he knocked Horia until she fainted, and then stopped out of breath. Horia was already in a coma at this time. The old Mrs. Wilson just sterilized the entire room. She walked down and saw the following scene. She immediately said to Noah, "How can you beat her to death?" Noah said aggrievedly, "Mom, this stinky lady has cheated me so badly. I can't beat her up yet?" Old Mrs. Wilson complained, "You can teach her to get it, how can you fight so hard? What if Mr. Wu finds out and blames you? What if Mr. Wu feels that our family is not worthwhile? You are not. Are you joking about the future of your whole family?" Harold suddenly understood at this time and blurted out, "Yeah, Dad, if Mr. Wu knows, what can we do? If he gets angry, he might withdraw all the money from the villa and the investment in our Wilson Group. By then we will have to live on the streets again." No's expression went black and white, and he said in depressed, "Okay, call an ambulance first and take her to the hospital. Isn't this stinky lady going to have a baby? It just happened to be together this time." Horia was rushed to the hospital overnight, where she was rescued before she recovered. After Ragnar heard his assistant report this incident, his body trembled. "This family, I have seen it, the dirtiest, most disgusting, stupid family in the world. 5 people are refreshing their lower limit all the time." He even found sadly that he had used all tactics to deal with Charlie now. No matter it was the inferior Wilson family, or the 8 heavenly kings of Dragon and Phoenix among the people, it seemed that there was no threat to Charlie. Even the 8 heavenly kings are not as good as the Wilson family. At least the Wilson family members are still alive, but when the 8 heavenly kings go out, they all died. Now the Wu family has lost the 8 heavenly kings, which can be described as internal and external troubles. Coupled with the previous reputational influence, Wu's stock has been falling continuously. Now their market value has saved more than 200 billion, all the way down to less than 100 billion. The Wu family now can't even compare to the Song family in terms of strength. Moreover, it is certain that the Wu family is no longer the first family in the region. If this continues, it is likely to fall out of the first-line family sequence. By that time, the Wu family had really fallen into a hurry and could never get up again. Roger was also very depressed. He liked Warnya very much, and thought Warnya would be a high climber if she married him. But now it seems that if Warnya marries him, it is his own high climb. He couldn't help asking Ragnar, "Dad, do you think there is hope for my affairs with Warnya?"